All right, folks, back here on Inside Analysis, time for the podcast bonus segment. We've been talking to Native Akhtar and Sean Brehm of CrowdPoint Technologies. Big offering coming out down the road, folks. They just did a round that was very successful. So this next round is going to be for anyone who wants to get involved. And we want to talk about the underpinning. So this Vogon blockchain that you've developed has all sorts of really interesting characteristics. I'm calling it hyperscale because how quickly it can scale out, whether it's for compute or storage, if I'm remembering this correctly. But tell us about the Vogon blockchain and how it can enable use of all this alternative data.
Yeah, you know, the great way to look at this, and you and I were on a podcast in the past in which there was some guy from the UK on it, and he talked about blockchains just being really slow databases.
Yeah, that's
right. And that's wrong. They shouldn't be, because here's what's really embarrassing. If you look at a ledger, it's less data than the average teenager puts in a text, but it takes the country of Denmark to process, right? I mean, holy God. I mean, that's what's going on right now, Mr. Inefficiency, right? And then you've got Ethereum doing their merge right now, and all they're doing is creating middleware, and all the hackers are going, yes, please. That middleware is awesome to hack, right? So what do we do? Well, the first thing we did is we said, well, what if we built a database that could be both public and private, but could actually not be a really slow database, right? What if we could get it like to move at lightning speed? What if we could make it so fast we'd make Larry Ellison pay attention from his home in Hawaii, right? That would be super interesting. And so that's what we did. And what we did is we built a decentralized cloud that actually behaves like a blockchain. So, you know, a lot of you that are techies out there, you know the value of deterministic databases. Well, when you combine it with the concept of blockchain, you get deterministic concurrency, which means you can run stuff super fast. So what we did is, I don't have a cube on me, so I'm going to kind of fake it with my little cigar thing here.
Okay.
Imagine that's a cube. Okay. That's a block. Well, what if the bottom of that block was a polyglot? Now, polyglot, for you Latin majors and language experts out there, that means universal language. So what if at the base of this, there was a universal language? What do we mean by that? Well, bring your Python, bring your C++, bring your C#, bring your Spark, bring your Kafka, bring any programming language you want, bring it on over. And then what if you split it in half here? And this side said, I'm going to build a container, kind of like you see with Docker and Kubernetes, where you can just drop any language you want into this container. And the whole job of that part of the block is to go, hey, I need more compute capacity to run the application. But as we know, applications generate data. So what if the other side of the block over here is where you stored your data? And so as you're running applications, it automatically splits like cellular mitosis and creates another block so that you get more compute power and more storage power. And the benefit to that is it keeps scaling and scaling and scaling, but it works like a relational database, which means you're not just doing a ledger that says Sally bought from Susie and you spent $47 to buy a pizza on Ethereum because you used the country of Denmark's energy requirements for the tip, right? What if it was minuscule, hyper fast? And here's the cool thing, just like the original Button-Root Agreement, it was transparent and immutable. What does that mean? You can't go in there like we're hearing now with all these whistleblowers and change the database.
Right.
Can't do it. Now you can update the database and say, well, this was a mistake and here's why it was a mistake. Great. That's transparency.
That's
but what if you now can give every small business and every person, the cool thing about this is now every person owns their own portion of their database, and that's their data. And now all of a sudden they're going out and saying, here's how I want to use it, making passive income. Then they're going to bump into another company that wants them to invest or buy from them. And they're giving their rights for that. And they're taking their mutual value and combining that in a public, private, decentralized cloud that splits like a blockchain.
Wow. And with that, folks, we're going to bid you farewell, and we're going to see these guys again very soon. Watch out for the offering, Sean Brehm and Native Akhtar of CrowdPoint Technologies. Congratulations, gentlemen. I love the transparency. We just saw Twitter, Facebook. These guys are not transparent. I talked to a guy today who knows how they built the Twitter database, and he goes, yeah, I'm really not surprised that it's that wide open. And that this Madge guy testified that any developer can get into any account at Twitter and change things. I think they're trying to set themselves up to say, yeah, we don't know who deleted Trump's account. I think that's insane. And these guys are solving that problem and many more. We'll talk to you next time. You've been listening to
Come check us out.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank
Good
you,
night, everyone. Thank you.